Harry, where are you? Guys, welcome back to the Encore Club. We are coming closer and closer to the end of season one.
And what season it's been?
Mate, we've got some, I'm going to swear this early, fucking huge
What's
names
going on with the
coming up.
chair?
Well, we'll come to that. This is a solo episode, but it's not a solo episode. And we are... We're joined by, well, someone you've all met before on the Mayday Parade episode.
He's shy.
He's not shy, let's be honest. It's my little brother, Harry. Woo!
Fuck.
Oh,
Hey.
hey, welcome to the show, little bro.
I bumped my head.
You look muscular.
Dude, you are ripped as usual.
Yeah, I've been eating quail eggs.
That would do it.
Just an abundance of quail eggs.
I've been eating
That's the
Easter
trick.
eggs. What?
Is that the trick? Just eating quail eggs? Because
Apparently
I've
so.
been eating Chinese and it's not going well.
No, I've been eating everything. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Dude, we spent pretty much the whole first 20 minutes of the snack time episode with Sam just talking about food, and my mouth has never watered so much.
He painted of a sandwich, didn't he?
Josh, I don't know if you've seen the clip, Harry, but Josh asked him to be like, if snack time, the band, was a sandwich, what would that sandwich be? And he just went on a journey of the best. It was like crispy pork in a hoagie roll with like some lychee passion fruit dressing, banh mi, and like it was just like
You're doing it to me now.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, we're not talking about food this episode, though, guys.
No, we're not.
Who wants to let the people know what we're talking about? Let's Harry, tell the people what we're talking about today.
What are we talking about?
Oh.
No. Conspiracies and stuff.
Music and entertainment-based
In a
conspiracy
nutshell.
theories.
That's right.
So we're going to take it in turns just to go around, and I'm going to start off because I've got probably the tamest one, but I think it's a good opener, where we're just going to talk to you guys about conspiracy theories and theories in general about stuff in the conspiracy space. I think my brain just died. So let's kick it off. I just high-fived myself, and
You go.
so I'm going to speak.
You go, Glenn, go.
That's right. We're going to talk about the Rugrats theory first. Are you guys aware of
I've
this
heard
theory?
of
No, let me know and our fans know what the crack is with Rugrats.
That's exactly what I like to hear. So, the world of Rugrats isn't real. I mean, that's a statement that's true in real life as well as what I'm about to say.
What?
It's a complex fantasy by Angelica Pickles. If you haven't watched Rugrats, this is going to mean fuck all to you. Bear with, it's interesting.
So it's 30 plus, really, that understand this.
It's 30 plus, really, that watch this.
Me and you.
Yeah. So it's a complex fantasy created by Angelica Pickles. Each baby represents a different trauma or psychological projection. It's not a kid's show. It's a subconscious dreamscape from the mind of a neglected, emotionally unstable toddler. Let me go.
What the fuck?
Let me go a little bit deeper here by giving you a rundown of what each character that doesn't exist represents.
What do you mean they don't exist?
I'll get there. Watch this, right?
Okay.
Let me expand. Tommy Pickles, everyone's favourite character. I think we can all agree.
He's not my favourite.
Harry, do you know Rugrats?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Tommy's the bald one.
There you go. Right, so
The only bald baby.
Tommy
Yeah.
Pickles was a stillborn.
Wow.
Whoa.
He's
And-
a stillborn.
Let me go to it, right. Angelica imagines that Tommy as a brave leader because he's the older cousin she never got to meet. Stu, Tommy's dad,
Yeah.
is always tinkering away in the basement, inventing toys, supposedly to cope with the grief of losing a baby. Which, if you realise it, he is doing that in every fucking episode.
Whoa.
This explains why Tommy constantly embarks on imagined adventures because Angelica wants to bring life to her cousin.
Why is she such a prick?
Well, I guess it's because of all the emotional neglect and the fact that she's like traumatized by. Let me crack on with this. Chucky Finster. He died with his mum.
Ah.
Right, here we go for
The
this
mum's
one.
not in it, is she?
She is.
Is she?
Got the
Wait, no.
three.
Oh,
she looks like
yeah.
she's got clown hair.
Oh yeah.
It's ginger in it.
Wait, no, but she doesn't. He doesn't have a. Does he not have a mum? That's his whole spiel.
No, he's got a mum and a dad.
I thought it was just him and the dad.
I thought it was just him as dad.
No, the mum that you're saying is Stewie's mum. Steve, what's he called?
Yeah, because he doesn't have a mum.
Tommy's mum.
Oh.
So he died with his mum
Wait,
when
it's
his mum
got
died.
legs.
Oh shit. Okay.
Dee Dee is Tommy's mum with the barnet.
Yes. Okay. Right. Let's go into this. Right. Chucky and his mum died in a car accident.
Who did?
Chucky and his mum.
Oh shit, yeah.
Right. His father Chaz is overprotective, anxious, dishevelled, and clearly emotionally shattered.
Yeah.
Right.
It's coming to get now that the mum's not in the picture.
I'm painting a picture here, character by character. Angelica witnesses Chaz's trauma and creates Chucky as a ghost friend for herself and the others.
So is it all in Angelica's mind?
Yeah, this is all. The whole thing is all based from
Oh, I feel
Angelica's point of
sick.
view, right? Dill Pickles.
Wait, who?
Dill, Tommy's little brother,
Never met him, but go on.
the only real baby. So Tommy has a little brother called Dill, and he's the only one that's actually in existence.
And can't talk from what I remember. Is the only baby.
Oh,
that's
let me
talk.
get to that. Dill was born after all of this, meaning Angelica can't control him in her fantasy. Bear in mind, she controls all of them because she's the bully in it, so she controls them all, and throws fits. I've just missed a bit completely there. Let me rewind it. Angelica can't control.
Reload.
He doesn't speak or behave like the rest of the babies. He cries, he bites Angelica, and he throws fits. He's real and breaks her illusion. All right, and then finally, this tension explains Angelica's often cruel treatment of Dill. He's ruining her perfect imaginary world.
Ugh.
We're getting deeper. Angelica's mental health. Let's go into it. The mental health of a toddler. Angelica creates this world to escape her own fractured family. Her mum, Charlotte, is cold, career-obsessed, executive. Her dad, Drew, is passive and rarely disciplines her.
I reckon Angelica's mum smoked in the car and stuff. She's one of those. Always on the phone.
Like drunk while she was in the womb.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Angelica's imaginary world gives her control, love, and safety, all things she lacks in real life. First of all, before we go any deeper, how are we feeling about this?
Who the fuck made this up?
So
Yeah.
I can tell you that
Have you
because
got the origin
I've
of
got-
the...
I've got origins.
Go on.
Are you guys ready for that?
Yeah.
Right. This first gained traction on Reddit
Okay.
as a creepypasta. You know what creepypastas are?
It's like spooky spaghetti.
Exactly that. It's ghost spaghetti. So creepypasta. Everyone online, go and look it up if you don't know it. But it's basically stories, like creepy stories online that can be tied into stuff that is potentially not potentially real, but like real.
Like
things.
Captain Pugwash.
I think that's a real thing though. Like they've named characters of Captain Pugwash after like semen stains is definitely. We'll come to that at another point. And so this was all around 2010, 2012 that this happened. Originally written as part of a Lost episode, fan fiction, but evolved into a standalone theory. So basically, it was written as a Lost episode by fans.
Okay.
That this was like what happened.
Just wrapped
It was
everything
actually
up.
going. Exactly.
Mm.
It made waves on YouTube. You can search Rugrats Theory Explained with millions of views. Often cited in ruined childhood memes and nostalgia commentary channels.
I feel kind of like sad.
It's a really depressing outlook on a really lovely childhood show that we all know how to play on the piano. Well,
Yeah.
I know how to play on the piano.
Yeah, same. Me too, bro.
I think.
How does it go again?
Do 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 do. Copyright there.
Oh. Copyright.
So that's where I'm gonna leave it. There is other, like, obviously because it was born through like the kind of Nickelodeon Cartoon Network thing. There's other cartoons that kind of fall into that same kind of category of having bits and bobs that could have completely different meanings or things like that. So like Hey Arnold, Courage the Cowardly Dog, things like that. But they are for another time to decide. Who wants to go next?
Are we going to discuss that any further, or
Yeah, I mean, we can discuss it further. I'm happy to. What do you want to discuss? I mean, I think it's flat out true.
yeah?
We should probably do that. How about this, right? We take a vote. There's 3 of us. This is diplomatic as fuck right now. Yay or nay? Is that definitively what is going on with the Rugrats? I'm going to vote for, and I definitely think that it holds a lot of weight based on everything.
Chucky swayed me. Chucky's mum. Like, we never met the
Yeah,
mum.
that's really like, whoa.
You know what it is for me? Stu, the dad, always in the basement making toys, always looking like absolute fucking wreck with that purple hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he looks drunk and tired. He's got that fucking.
Unshaven.
He's unshaved. Yeah,
Bags around the eyes.
not happy at all.
No, miserable.
Neglect still.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Phil and Lil.
So Phil and Lil, I haven't got it in my notes, but the idea there is that they were it was a baby that died in the womb, and because Angelica never knew if it was a boy or a girl, she manifested a boy and a girl who were twins.
That was like the shittest mic drop.
Yeah,
Bong.
magic.
I'm saying yay.
We got 2 yays. Harry, it doesn't really matter what you say here, but what are you with us in this?
You don't matter.
Firstly, fuck you, but also, what are you saying? Muscles.
I don't know. I think like, I think these things that people can always tie a thread in between things, but it's true. Chucky's mum is brutally like, yeah. Why did they put that in?
Yeah.
If this wasn't like, you know, there was like a deeper meaning, like a secret red thread that we don't know about.
It does explain all
why-
the personalities.
And the thing is, if you were a writer of one of these programs, you could totally fuck with people. Like, how good knowing that that was the basis of everything. But people are like, oh, fucking Rugrats, love it.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
If I wrote a kids show, I'd definitely have some sort of hidden secret meaning behind it that I
Darkness.
wouldn't release until like 20 years after I made the program, so that the audience that I intended it for have grown up enough to understand that actually there's a deeper side to this.
Has it ruined
We do.
it?
Everybody loves a little Easter egg.
If anything, it makes me want to go back and watch it more to see if I can pick up on little subtle hints that are like in amongst it.
We'll get it
I
on.
think you'd watch it in such a different way. You'd be like,
Yeah.
Oh, like being floods of tears.
Yeah.
Like,
if they ever have it on like a long haul flight and you just see some dude just wailing to Rugrats.
just 13 hours of like,
Yeah.
tell me why.
Yeah. I think we would watch it in a different light now, and I think we should. I think we'll get it on tonight
Yep. After
Yeah.
and see
brewskis.
Wagwan.
Who is going next?
Well, look, not to butt in, but I think while we're on the Nickelodeon
Have you got
level, I got something.
Okay, go on then.
The thing is, this is a conspiracy episode, but sadly, I think mine is true.
Oh.
So look, while we're on the Nickelodeon hype, let's start with Drake Bell, man. Didn't he come out recently and like documentary it?
So he admitted
Oh.
he was pretty much sexually assaulted, wasn't he?
Yeah, who was
Yeah,
the Nickelodeon
dude.
guy? Who was the producer of all
It
Schneider?
was Schneider for
Schneider.
Dan, is it Dan?
Schneid by name, Schneid by nature. And a rapist.
Yeah. What was it?
No,
actually
it
someone
was.
else? It was someone else.
It wasn't Schneider. It was one of the guys, like the technicians on set.
Okay,
It was
can I
something
just
separate.
apologise to Dan
Yeah.
Schneider then? Because I've just done an H from Steps, Ian Watkins thing.
I think Dan Schneider was still questionable in terms of how he was
Abusive?
treating girls.
Okay,
But
alright.
Oh
this-
yeah.
he was the guy that came up with the whole foot logo and had like a weird foot fetish and would always get like the child stars to get their feet out and stuff. And
Yes,
it
the
was all
foot
like-
weird.
Everything was always kind of slightly off, like covering
Yeah.
them in slime and like lots of like shots
Yeah,
that were just like, why
Yeah.
are we doing this to kids?
yeah. Loved it at the time though. Who were we
Mate,
to
I
say?
used to love Nickelodeon. It used to
Licking-
be
Yeah.
Lickerfootian.
You sound just like Dan Schneider.
um,
Welcome to Nickelodeon.
so anyway, carry on. Give us your theory.
Alright, so look, I'm going to break it down, right?
Break it.
Nickelodeon aside, but we'll go back there. Many child stars in Hollywood weren't just discovered, they were groomed. Yes, groomed. They were exploited and conditioned to be obedient moneymakers, which I can kind of see, right? Amanda Bynes. What the fuck has happened to Amanda Bynes? Have you Googled her?
Yeah, mate. I've seen. You know what? I
With a
have seen
tattooed
her.
face.
Bless her. Like,
She's gone off the rails, man.
but then that's like exploitation and everything like that. And you got to think the parents. It's not always the parents, but a lot of the time
It's the
parents, are
parents,
like,
man.
ooh,
Yeah.
I'll take that money.
100%.
Yeah. No, it's sad. I mean, she was epic. Actually,
She was
The move
everywhere.
She was really good.
Amanda.
She wasn't. She had like she did the film with Frankie Muniz. Remember
You know
that?
what it is, right? She was like Miley Cyrus, but didn't get to the music part of her life.
Yeah,
They were like the same
Mm.
elk.
era.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
Yeah, but just like, and they kind of look similar back in the day.
Yeah,
And then like, I don't know, it just shit went down.
yeah. And she's not in the light at all anymore, is she? She's like,
She is.
Is she?
She's coming back into it now, but I think for the wrong reasons. I think people are looking at her maybe a bit like you just did and was just like, what the fuck? And
I feel bad, but what the fuck?
I mean, it's what the fuck in the sense of like, that's savage. Like, what is going on?
But what happened
has
to
gone
her?
on? What happened to Justin Bieber? Because I feel like
Yeah.
since this whole Diddy thing's come to light,
He's
like
just
he's
ghosted.
he's not doing well at the moment.
What, mentally or?
Yeah, I
In
don't
the
think his mental
charts.
state's amazing at the moment. I don't know whether it's just because I don't know. It doesn't look like he has a great
Mate,
relationship with
he's-
Hailey Bieber.
What was his parents doing? You know, when they just dropped him at Diddy's, and Diddy's like, yeah, he's mine for a week, and he's like, do you know what I mean? He's sucking that.
That's so bad. That is so bad.
What, the accent or the situation?
Did you just say he's sucking that geezer?
You know it.
I know, right? So I
Who?
sent
Who's the geezer?
um
It's a
I-
no-brainer.
that is it basketball player?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a clip that is allegedly at one of Diddy's white parties that was on Twitter, and it kind of looks like the camera pans over to
It absolutely looks like.
one of the NBA players, and he's surrounded by a group of guys, and suddenly what looks like Justin Bieber pops up,
From his crotch.
and then like wipes his mouth, and
Wants the camera out the way.
he kind
It's
of
definitely
like
Bieber.
tries to joke a bit with the camera, and then the
But do
clip
you know what it
ends.
reminded me of? Have you seen that? It was on BBC News or whatever. It was like New Year or it was like a big event, and everyone's in the crowd, and the dad's just nibbling the kid's ear.
I've thought about this more and more.
Realizes he's on camera, and then he's
It's
like,
yeah,
nah, you're a nonce.
I've thought about this more and more, and it's like it was creepy. I get that, right? I fully get that. But was it noncy, or was
What, the
he just
dad or
fucking about with
Bieber?
the dad? Was he just fucking about with his kid?
My dad never nibbled my ear like that.
Yeah, but
But-
different generation. Have you ever nibbled? Or
To be fair, my dad never spent any time with me. So
yeah. What about you? You've got two kids. You've got two boys.
no, don't nibble their ears. Not like that.
Ever kiss them on the cheek?
Yeah. And then my
Ever,
We need to be careful.
ever
here.
lick their face?
No, I don't lick their fucking
No,
face.
okay,
man.
fair enough. He was a bit of a nonce. I think either way, it doesn't. I don't know. I think he was trying to be playful, and it came across real creepy,
really bad.
like real creepy.
Yeah. All right, back to me.
Okay, crack on.
All right, this one, this is close to my heart, right? Because he's a geezer, and he's a legend, and he's made to be like he's just some weird little nobody. Corey Feldman,
Okay, yeah.
right? In the Goonies,
Mm-hmm.
best film ever.
Michael Jackson's mate.
And he was like exposing the paedophile ring, and he just got blacklisted, and he's like got like this tiny house and shit, and doesn't get in any programs and films. And
Any of us, before we go any further into this, any of us three, including you, Harry, are we talking about Chester Bennington?
no, I'm not. We should.
Worth a quick little mention here,
Okay.
as you're talking about it.
Want me mention it?
Well,
Yeah. Who's the other one?
Chris Cornell.
Cornell.
So, Harry, you might not know this. Obviously, they both committed suicide allegedly.
Yeah.
I know it's a sore subject because like there's 100 different theories out, but also it was well documented that Chester was suicidal. Like that was just a fact
Just in general.
throughout his whole life. Yeah,
Okay.
he was like a very
Alright.
angry, suicidal. Not sure about Chris Cornell, but I don't know that much about him. That being said, they also said this about Avicii as well, didn't they?
Avicii, yeah. Yeah.
And the idea is that they were all working on a film together that was exposing a paedophile ring in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and suddenly they all just died.
Who was the other guy that
Wait, is-
got? And he was like gonna bring up like all the Dr. Sabi stuff and like how
Dr. Sabi,
yeah, you know the guy that like he got taken to court because he was
the gymnast.
no
No,
no
no.
no he was he was curing people of fucking cancer and AIDS in like the 70s and 80s, like a lot of people, and he got taken to court because he was curing these people without a medical license, and he won the case. Like he won the case. He brought in people that he had cured from like terminal cancer and AIDS, which obviously there was no cure for at the time. And he was a fucking he's a rapper. He got shot outside his shop like a couple of years ago.
Nipsey
Matt.
Hussle.
Yeah, and he was doing this whole thing on Honduras and like
I didn't know that's what that was happening at the time.
yeah, man.
Harry, what were you gonna say, mate? Sorry.
I
We've
totally
just
forgot.
blown Harry's mind
Harry's like,
Yeah, I'm just like.
this is a lot of information right
with
now.
Dr. Sabi, the gymnast. Who were you thinking of? Michael Phelps.
No, no. There was that like doctor to all the American female Olympic team that was like abusing them all.
No,
And he went to jail.
Yeah.
just
All the gymnasts,
just
is that
Nipsey
right?
Hussle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was true.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he got convicted.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to add a couple more people to my list
Go on then.
because this one I don't know too much about, but I feel like he's piped up a bit. Frodo.
Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Really?
What about him?
Abused.
By who?
Oh, by
Hollywood.
Just
who?
Hollywood abused me. Any more on that, or is that all you're gonna say on this?
I feel like he's piped up about it.
I haven't heard a single word.
I
from Frodo.
haven't heard anything.
All right. Right, this one as well. It was the two Corys, wasn't it? What about Corey Haim? Or Haim?
Yeah,
So that's got legs.
yeah. There was also
Goes
who's
on,
that
man. We know it goes on.
singer, the Nick something. He died.
Nipsey Hussle,
No.
the gymnast.
Fentanyl would have been a good subject to discuss. here.
Nick, his brother was famous as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tattooed face.
Yes.
Nick.
Nick.
Yeah.
Aaron Carter.
Ar-
Nick Carter and Aaron Carter.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, we
Is
got
he
there in the
dead?
end. One of them is. One of
Oh,
them died of an overdose, I'm pretty sure. The other one
Yeah.
is like now saying stuff happened.
Shit.
I don't know where or what. I should probably have researched that, but it's not my subject. So.
Definitely goes on in my eyes. Right. Does it go on or does it not? I say it goes on.
yeah,
I feel like
100%.
it's one of those things we could have deep dive a lot more, but 100% there is. I mean, you only have to look at the fact that Weinstein got caught, essentially casting couching all these female actors, and he got caught. The thing is, no one's really been caught. Well, apart from Dan Schneider and the Nickelodeon guys, no one's been outed yet
No.
for that.
Protected. Dan Schneider was nowhere near the worst. I don't think. Scapegoat almost.
It will be in when, and I'm going to aim this at America a little bit because it mainly happens in America. When Hollywood, let's aim it at that. When Hollywood finds its balls and decides to start out in, it's like what Ricky Gervais was saying at
Yeah.
was it Golden Globes?
Yeah.
And he was like talking about Epstein and everything. It's just
Mm.
like you all know what's going on.
And they do. You can see in their faces. They're awkward about it.
Yeah, so something's happening, and people know something, but it's just like, why? When are we going to grow balls and start holding people accountable for the fucked up shit they're doing?
I think everything will collapse. Hollywood is a part of this other setup of our society, of the West,
There's a lot I could say about Hollywood and certain. Got to be so fucking careful with this.
Why? Were you groomed?
No, but
Bibomo groomed you.
something like there's an underlying control network is all I'm going to say for Hollywood as a whole, and to
I
be
know
honest,
what
the
you're
music,
saying.
and you know exactly what I'm saying, my
Yeah.
man. Do you know what I'm saying? That was a complete tangent, and I have just kind of. But you get what I'm saying. It's like
100%,
there's an underlying network there that's going on, and it's linked. Like there's this idea that it's all linked to Epstein, and like. This is bad. I don't know if I can go ahead and say
Listen,
this.
we're on just while we're on Epstein, right?
Go on.
I feel like Trump said he was gonna release the files and like the list.
But
He's on it, man.
Elon's come
Yeah,
out
he's
and
on
said
it.
this.
Yeah, exactly. Elon Musk is on Twitter
Elon Musk has
saying
come
it,
out
like-
and like, well, he hasn't released it because he's on the list. Like, why would he release it? He would be outing himself.
He was
Plus,
there, yeah.
conspiracies have become like it's just true and there's nothing you can do about it, and that's worse. I
Mhm.
think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is kind of scary when you like that people come up with these theories and then when they get actually maybe not fully proven, but like somewhat it comes out and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. But there's
ugh.
nothing we can do, and I feel like it's in plain view, and it's just like it is what it is. Harry,
That's-
what have you got for
Yeah,
us?
move on to your first one, H, because we're low on time here, so let's crack the feck on.
So, Pixar shared universe theory.
Okay, let's
All
do
right,
it.
talk to me.
Right.
Tell us about it.
So like so it's like the Pixar story has parallels throughout. Everyone knows that they've got weird little funny Easter eggs and people have been picking them out and noticing them. But inside that, they think that it's one kind of chronological story. So Toy Story to Inside Out to Wall exist in the same timeline. It's not just Easter eggs. It's a hidden narrative spanning centuries, chronicling the rise of AI, then animal intelligence, and post-human Earth.
Okay.
What the fuck?
So like, it's all one ongoing story that there's links to and that's why you have the Easter eggs running throughout.
What Easter eggs?
So if you look at like, for example, I don't have an example, but like in The Incredibles, like there is, for example, like a picture of Woody and Buzz.
Oh
on a
yeah, there
billboard
is in all of them.
advertising
Yeah,
toys
that's true.
and stuff like that. So it's linked. It's all one big universe, and they are going throughout. But also like, I think in Wall-E, he's going through the rubbish dump, and there's like a toy, one of the toys or something from Toy Story in the dump.
There's a bit on Monsters Inc. There's like bits and
Yeah, and it's
So
yeah. Harry, carry on.
you want me to go through it? Like,
Hit me with some bits that have happened that might.
so Brave, the origin movie, the witch in it is Boo from Monsters Inc.
I've heard this. Crack on, Harry. Crack on. This is a good one.
Yeah, so she's carried on to this universe and is now an old witch that can perform magic because she's also mastered time travel. And you can see there's a moment in the workshop where she's been whittling with pieces of wood. There's like a picture of Sully, and she's obsessed in the story with bears.
What film is
So
this?
this is
Brave.
Brave.
You know the
I need to have a look.
It's the one with it's like the princess and she's got long red red head. Yeah.
It's
Shit, man.
Yeah. That's big.
Magic introduces sentient animals and objects. Toy Story, sentient objects. Toys can think and feel, signaling life in human-made items. So, Finding Nemo, Ratatouille, animals are getting smarter. Fish rescue missions, rats cook, nature evolves. And then The Incredibles is human greed and superpowers. Superhumans exist. The rise of corporations. Wall-E, post-apocalypse. Earth is abandoned due to waste. So the robots then take over. And this post-human Earth, after everything's gone to shit, is A Bug's Life. Because they're the only things left. So there's insects and animals that are sentient. Cars, because they're robots.
Shit.
And then eventually, the animals that are left and this weird mix of technology and magic makes Monsters Inc.
Fuck. Like, it had legs to it for enough legs, and I do think that's how it will end up, Wall-E style.
Yeah, it's
You know?
it's mad.
So what are we thinking? Is this? I mean, this harks back to my one to a degree of like people who are creating these kinds of TV shows and films. Are they thinking about the deeper thing and the bigger picture and what it could mean behind the scenes to them and things like that? And I fully agree that is probably like Pixar are fucking smart.
Listen, I think the whatever the elite is, the unknown elite, I feel like part of the rules, whatever those rules may be, and stay with me on this,
Okay.
they have to kind of tell you what's going on. And that's how they tell you what's going on without telling you.
Okay, this is an interesting thought.
I think in the degrees of the Illuminati, I think that's like part of the rules.
Are we calling it the Illuminati as just the kind of holding name at the moment?
Yeah.
Based on what we know.
For the faceless.
Yeah, the people that run the world, because there is definitely something.
Do you think what that is like? Is it something of like a bit of a fuck you? Is it like for anyone who can notice this and can't change anything about what we're doing? Like,
I think that's
like,
what
is that
we're at now.
I think it's a
like. Is that what's the point? Like, what's the point
it's
of doing this otherwise?
I think it's like a gloating thing. I think they're gloating about it because I think you might no, you're not talking about it, but like satanic symbolism within kind of pop culture and everything like that is so big at the moment, and then you have the kind of what is it, the embarrassment fucking trials and stuff that people have to go through to allegedly become a part of the Illuminati and stuff. It's like everyone's like they're doing it openly in front of you. They're doing stuff openly in front of you, and so why wouldn't they rub it in our faces? If this is something that's true, if the Illuminati is a thing and they do this kind of thing and they control the world and they practice Satanism and is it called Satan?
Yeah.
satanic rituals and things like that, and
Yeah.
and they are gloating about it all, because why wouldn't they? They have that power, and the one thing we know about people with too much power is that they are completely corruptible and completely happy with making it. We were talking about the Murdoch murders, and that's just a really rich family that have done a load of fucking heinous shit and thinking that they can get away with it.
I think we were at a time when it was like conspiracies, and it's like, oh, is it not? And now it's like, it is, and you can't fucking do anything about it. So like, it's a more frustrating phase.
For me, it's like, how the fuck did Building 7 fall?
Building 7?
9/11. An extra building just fell on its own. Nothing.
Yeah.
Somehow a fire started.
It's all rigged,
inside
man.
and it
It's
fell.
all rigged. That's the thing. Like there's a poll of how many Americans believe it was, it was done as an excuse to go to war, and it's like most people.
Have you seen that Netflix have just released a documentary on the 7/7 bombings in London? And
we watched
you know
it.
who's the fucking forefront interview for it? Tony Blair,
Yeah,
the Prime Minister at the time, who had
a war
just
criminal.
a war criminal who had just as much, like, he wanted to go to war, he wanted UK to war, but we didn't have an in. And then suddenly this bombing happened, and yeah, fair play, they definitely blew themselves up. That's not up for debate. But
The plane hit it.
the plane hit, that's also not up for debate. Didn't hit the Pentagon. Don't know why they keep trying to push that narrative.
That's true.
That was definitely a missile.
Yeah, that was
There
a
is
missile.
literally nothing to prove at all that a plane hit.
I mean,
that
there's
building.
videos of that.
They've cut the 2 seconds, but then also there was no debris afterwards. They covered it all up. They put sand over.
The bit
Why
for
are we
me-
talking about 9/11? It
No,
doesn't
listen.
matter.
The bit for me was like the plane had blown up, and the rubble and the debris and the dead bodies, the carnage that central New York was in.
Yeah.
But they happened to find his passport.
Half burned at the bottom of the
just
building.
cash.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Come on.
There's
An
a lot.
His intact passport. Oh, we know it was this guy.
There's just a lot.
Anyway,
There's a lot going on in all this kind of shit, and it's like there was even talk about like the guy that supposedly shot Trump being someone completely different. Like there was a video circulating of the dead body of the guy, his face in particular. I think I sent it on to you.
yeah.
It looks nothing like the kid that they say did it.
No, so true.
Anyway,
these conversations like make me almost want to relapse. You know what I mean? I'm a bit like, ooh.
on that note,
Fuck it.
are
Anarchy.
we voting for Pixar's Ultimate Universe and understanding of how it all ties in together is true or false?
I'm voting yay.
I am also yaying.
I'm unsure. I'm on the fence about it because it's like it's a bit. It's a lot,
It
and
is
I'm
a
like,
lot.
there's a part of me that is like, okay, are the people actually really thinking about this? Because like, is it the same designers who are making the
I think you'd have to be
animations?
incredibly smart to have that much of an intertwining background, or do they think about it after the fact and work it into the stuff?
If you're hired to do one specific scene as a graphic designer or whatever, because I'm sure that's how it works. You can't. It's not one person making the entire fucking movie,
No,
right?
definitely not. It's hundreds.
So surely that one guy must this must happen. Is my logic is that someone's just like, let's just put this in here.
Yeah, well, we will never know.
Let's.
We will never know.
Just because I'm very conscious of our time, we probably need to step this up a little bit. I'm gonna crack on to my next topic, if that's okay with you guys.
We don't really have a choice, so
We don't have a
Whammy.
choice.
crack on, bro.
Celebrities using fake relationships to hide sexuality.
Hit us.
Right.
Beards.
Some celebrity couples are engineered to maintain a marketable public image, usually a heteronormative one. These relationships, called showmances or beards, protect actors from public scrutiny about their sexuality in the industry still riddled with subtle homophobia. So these are alleged examples. Everything I want to mention this today. Probably should have said this at the start. Everything is alleged. Do not come at us. We are just simple people talking about things that might be true.
And some things that are definitely true.
And then some things that probably aren't true.
Maybe.
So Shawn Mendes and Camilla Cabello allegedly was a showmance. Their highly publicized relationship featured awkward PDAs, stiff red carpet kisses, and interviews that fans called forced. After their breakup, Mendes faced renewed speculation about his sexuality, sparking discourse on the pressure to conform. I think he also came out and said, "I'm not going to openly tell you what my sexuality is" at that point.
Okay.
Taylor Swift and multiple partners. This is a new theory, but it's called the Gala theory.
Right.
I feel like
Suggests
we're gonna piss off a lot of Swifties.
I know. Again, allegedly.
Allegedly.
The theory suggests her albums are filled with hidden queer messages. Songs like Folklore and Evermore. Alleged secret relationships with Carly Kloss and Diana Agron. I don't know any of those people. Some fans believe her public relationship served to distract from the queerness coded lyrics.
I think
Go on.
Swiftie, like, dude, she's got such a massive gay following. If she came out as queer or gay or whatever, people would cream. Like,
People wouldn't give a fuck in a negative way.
no, they would actually, it would boost her ratings even more. Like, why
But
would
then
she
you have to
not
think,
come
right?
out with that?
She started off as a country singer, and that part of the world, that kind of Bible Belt, lower American, they aren't maybe as accepting of the LGBTQ plus.
I don't
community.
think she's the best example. I think she's just like the girl Ed Sheeran, and everyone's not going Ed Sheeran's gay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then let me give you this one because I believe this one to be 100% true, and I don't care who comes at me
I
for it.
hope it's what I'm thinking.
Tom Cruise.
All right, it's not, but it's good shout.
There is persistent rumors.
Who's his wife?
Well, he was with Katie Holmes, and he was
yeah.
with Nicole Kidman. I'm
Oh,
pretty
shit.
sure he's not. He might still be with Katie Holmes, to be fair. But there's persistent rumors that his marriage was a PR tool to cover his sexuality and align with Scientology image control. The infamous. This is also the same for who's the actor in Greece?
Danny. Is he dead?
What's the main actor called?
John
Is
Travolta.
it
John Travolta.
John Travolta,
Also
yeah.
Scientologist. Also very much public image released like last year of him kissing his best mate as they got on a private plane because he's a pilot. And
Like he thought he was going for the part of Sandy. That's
So
what
look,
I've heard.
there's other people on the list. They're talking about Bradley Cooper and things like that. There was,
I'll give you one.
go on.
Will Smith and his wife. Like so much shit going on behind
I
doors there.
I don't think that's a showmance. I think what that is
Toxic.
Will Smith is pussy whipped by a complete cunt. Sorry, Will, but you didn't come on the show when I invited you.
Yeah. Fuck you, Will. We're not... Nah, listen. He could be gay easily.
He could. I don't think it is the case. I think what's happened is like he is with a toxic woman who is. She openly has cheated with Jaden's rapper
Mate.
mates, and then gone on a podcast. And whilst Will's on there squirming, just said it out loud, like, "So yeah, I've been like fucking this person. Also, my only true love was Tupac." Like Will is nothing.
Well, the thing is, you can't compete with Tupac. Totally get her for that. Do you know what I mean? Will Smith is not even like
Thug life.
street. Do you know what I mean? He's like really polished and really. He ain't Pac. Probably shot Tupac.
Okay, so look, just to move this along a little bit, what are we thinking on this, guys? Is there such things as showmances and beards? Are we
100%.
hiding sexualities within the industry? I mean, yeah, it makes sense to me, especially
100%.
if you're trying to go for that, like if it's a man looking to get that sex appeal on screen, but to a
Yeah,
female
100%.
audience, then yeah,
I'm saying yay.
I'm yaying, and
Yay.
so is Hans. So I think based on that, we can move the fuck on.
All right.
Sorry if I've offended anyone, but also I'm allowed to have an opinion. Sue me. Don't fucking sue me.
It's alleged, anyway.
Don't sue me.
Don't sue me. It's all alleged.
All right, moving on.
Love you, Will Smith.
This one, obviously,
Come on the podcast.
it's alleged, but I think definitely true. All right, mind-controlled celebs. Outrageous but iconic. The core conspiracy. Some celebs are allegedly under MK Ultra style mind control, programmed by secret government or elite institutions to carry out symbolic performances, promote propaganda, or even glitch in public. Let's discuss.
So me and you had a quick chat about this earlier because I wanted to point out Katy Perry's eye.
Yeah. H, have you seen that?
Is this where she got from back out from space travel?
No, she's
That was fucking weird.
That was
as
hilarious.
Well. Open the
Open the door. It's like, you're not meant to be able to open the door from the inside. Stop.
And then he comes and
Yeah.
opens it. Mate,
With some big-ass key.
bullshit, Man,
Hilarious.
I'm not having it.
I believe they went to space. I just don't. I think there was always it's a fucking like thing that holds some of the richest people in the world. Of course, there's a fucking handle on the inside. Why wouldn't there be? There's a handle inside a plane.
But why did they paint that picture?
Because I think
Was it the grand
Jeff
opening?
Bezos wanted to have some sort of fucking control over something, because that's who he is. Rich. You know what I mean? Just
Mm.
wants the control. Anyway, she's on stage, Harry, and suddenly her eye. You need to look it up after this. It's mad. Her eye.
Fucking
Nuts.
hilarious.
And at one point, I think she literally opens her eye with what like.
With
like-
her fingers.
Okay, it's working.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm back in the room.
But there are other examples, like Hillary Clinton. Have you seen that one?
No, I don't think so.
Mate, moody.
Are we talking about the one where the reporter puts
You
a
did
mic?
an impression earlier. And somewhere they just like freeze like mid-interview and stuff, and then they come back like nothing's happened, like weird.
Who's that? There's that. I don't know her name, so there's no point in talking about it. Move on. But there's been other celebrities, yeah, 100% that have like just glitched massively.
Yeah. Let's touch on the satanic shit.
Oh, we're going back.
Well, like it's pivoting slightly, but like the Travis Scott festival. Was it Travis Scott?
It was.
Like people died there, people sacrificed in this like weird like
Whoa, I didn't hear about this.
mate, loads of people died.
So basically, what happened was they ran this festival, and it was put on the local police to essentially make sure that no one broke in. And loads of kids just stormed the fences, broke them down, and broke in. And Travis Scott was kind of egging it on a little bit. And so during his performance, like there was a crowd crush, and people died and got trampled.
but
and shit.
like the set and that, it was all satanic and weird and like hell.
But this is what I was saying earlier about satanic symbolism being kind of ingrained into pop culture at the moment. So you look at like Sam Smith's song where he's dressed as the devil, and then look at Lady Gaga covering herself in blood for certain
Right,
things. and-
Gaga, she covers all bases of this conspiracy. She's glitched out. I feel like she probably glitches out the hardest.
Playing devil's
Just
advocate
faints
on
and
all
that.
these glitching episodes, do we not think that also that there's a point where, as an artist, you're performing so many times over a month period? Let's say you're performing every night. Harry, you'll probably know more than anyone about this, being a performer yourself, that your body might just have some sort of spasm.
Oh, dude, I literally have like they're called stars. Is when you get so tired, and especially if you contract your muscles a lot, you just get random spasms, and I get spasms in my eye as well. Like I once did a piece where
It's Katy Perry.
we were cramping and body popping so hard that I headbutted the wall in the night while I was sleeping because I just twitched out. And I'll just be sat there a lot, and I'll just
That's
be
not
like,
getting away from it, because it's very possible still that your theory is a theory, but also you have to take into consideration that we are only
That-
human, and if you are pushing your body to that
Listen.
extreme,
What's Hillary Clinton what extreme
yeah,
is
that's
he
true,
putting
to
her
be
body
fair.
through?
Let me talk about the Hillary Clinton
Katy
thing.
Perry, fair play. Pop
I have an
star.
excuse for the Hillary, and I don't want to give her an excuse. Trust me, but I think I have an excuse for it because if you look at the clip, I think it's the same one.
There's multiple clips
Oh,
of different times. Go on.
the one that I'm talking about is when the reporter comes up to her, she's mid-interview and she puts a microphone in her face and asks her a question, and Hillary's reaction to it is like, "Oh," but like, "Oh, what are you doing?" But
No,
took
no.
it far too far.
There's
and it kinda looks like a
surprise, and then
glitch.
there's your brain is melting on telly.
Fair.
Right, Harry, have you got any more?
She's a lizard.
She's a lizard. Have you got any more to throw into the pile of nonsense?
Of this topic.
No, of a new topic. I think
Yeah,
we've done.
I think we've. What are we saying for that? I'm gonna say no on that one.
Yeah.
You don't
I'm
think there's
unsure.
any like to promote propaganda and shit used as puppets?
I think.
Mm,
I
I'm not
think
going to take offence because it's
no. I think
I'm
really.
gonna think about
If if we're talking MK Ultra and stuff like that, I think that was purely used for tests, essentially, to see if they could fucking do it, and they could. And I don't think that they would
that's
then.
dark on its own, isn't it?
I mean, there's a just side theory. There's a theory that Katy Perry is Jean Benet Ramsey grown up, the little girl
Who?
that got killed in her home. But that's maybe one for everyone to deep dive later because that's a little bit fucking crazy. They just look slightly similar.
Well, who's that witch? You never know.
Boo is that witch. So
I want to
Go
hear
on,
more
Harry.
from Harry.
hit us with it.
Okay. Well. Celebs have fixers.
Okay, what does that
So-
mean?
So what that means is that top tier celebrities who have scandals, such as DUIs or battery, a whole list of shady bad things, will have lawyers, PR agents, ex-cops, or military people to hush and
Clean it up.
destroy, evidence and fix the problem that they have.
Interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest.
I would either. Have you
Nah.
got examples of this, Hans?
Well, so let me have a little gander. Dip, dip. Well, the thing is, I was thinking about this, and I actually have some that are current-ish
Okay.
and happened, and I'm like, yeah, they're true. Like
Oh well.
Diddy.
Okay. Mic
Like
drop.
fucking Diddy, man.
Like fucking Diddy, dude.
100%.
Like, how long is that? That guy's been making music since the early 90s.
Fair. Yeah.
And those parties have been going on for that long.
But is
And
that
it's
because
like-
he was extorting people at those parties by essentially having sex with them and drugging them?
But
and-
almost at their will. So
Yeah, it was like
They
this
couldn't
is
call
also
rape and
plays
stuff.
into this whole satanic thing.
politicians, like people in the public eye.
Mainly musicians, though. There's a lot of entertainment industry people in that. But yeah, like I think that was an Epstein situation. It's almost like he took Epstein's playbook and was like, "I'm gonna run this for the music industry."
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Just saying.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Adam
So good.
Sandler, please come on the podcast.
But listen, you asked for
I
examples.
would die.
Please don't die, Harry,
Don't die.
because we want you to enjoy it when he comes on.
Yeah.
I guess we wouldn't know. You know, it's hard to find examples because they've been covered up and they've been fixed by the fixers.
The fixers have done their job well.
Yep.
That is the problem. Is like it's either it's fixed or it comes out 20 years later and we're all like, oh, that was that weird thing that people.
Yeah,
kind of
man.
And you know what?
pointed
It
out.
tends to be one of the fixers that drops the fucking news. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Like,
the Diddy thing. I think it was, you always had Usher being like in interviews, people saying, "Oh, and like Diddy parties," and he's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
bro."
Yeah.
You just see his face go like,
100%.
my favorite.
he's got
thing
that
about-
million-mile stare.
My
Like,
favorite thing
yeah.
about all the Diddy stuff is the Cat Williams interviews
Yeah.
because he is just holds that. He's like, "You do not go to a Diddy party."
Yeah.
Fucking love Cat
Who's the other
Williams.
like there's loads of them that are there's a select few that are like Kevin Hart and people like
He loved it.
Who's the guy that's like, oh come on, Ted? Who's that guy? Wahlberg. Have you seen that interview?
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
No.
and he's like, he says something about Diddy. He's like, oh, we're gonna have to cut that out.
Oh yeah, Kevin Hart goes
And it's all got
quiet, bro.
Yeah, he goes
Oh, really?
quiet, mate.
Yeah, Mark's like, yeah, dude, like these parties, and he's like, mm-mm.
Yeah, and it's like it's awkward, isn't it?
It's really like you feel like, okay, this
And it's
This is
just
real
it's
as
things
fuck.
like that. It's like we know you're hiding something then.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like,
bro.
what are you doing? Chalamet.
It's got legs.
Right.
I mean, so kind of the ones that I have on my list have all happened because otherwise I have nothing to speculate on.
Go for it.
Is Britney's conservatorship?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Mm.
Like everyone just being like, what is going on with Britney?
Yeah, man.
Freedom.
And like, where is she? Why can't she talk to us? And then it comes out later that
Yeah.
she literally couldn't, was just held prisoner to agent, to
Oh,
a dad.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Amanda Bynes kind of slipped into that category a bit as well with the what is it
I
called?
mean, being a-
Conservatorship.
Conservatism.
Conservatorship.
Yeah, but like I feel like again that's on the parents, isn't it? It's like where they've essentially groomed them to be in the industry so that they can reap the benefits of their child actor, and it fucks the child up so much. Like Britney was a Disney kid with Justin and Christina, were they not?
I don't think Disney.
Tupac was a Disney kid, wasn't he?
Tupac was gay as fuck. Have you seen that?
I've seen that. Yeah, have you seen that, Harry?
So that could have gone into your one.
It could have. It could have.
Into your
There is
story,
definitely a
not your
clip
hole.
of like. Could have.
Tupac. Like, oh my god.
There's
we
like
can't do
a
that.
video of like Tupac when he was younger. It's definitely not AI, is it?
No, and he's clearly like a young gay like man,
He's like
and he's not a
just
gangster.
a young gay college guy. Like, and he's like very gay. Very gay. Where's my camera? There. Very gay. Very.
There is this thing of like, when people talk about celebs when they're younger, and I mean we all change as we grow older, but the 360 that some people have of growing into a character, into something sellable is it's fucked. Like when you look at
weird.
how people become a brand,
Yeah, that's so
Crazy.
true.
it's mad.
Do you remember in Extras when Ricky Gervais goes into Big Brother, and they're all like trying to keep up this appearance, but they're just washed up bullshit? Do you remember that?
No.
And he's like, anyway, we'll watch that later.
I love extras.
Yeah, it's good.
Chris Martin episode's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, so good.
Okay.
Have you got any more, or
Yeah, we got any more, Hans?
are you
Or-
Romeo?
I mean, the last one is obviously Epstein. Like,
That one's, yeah.
I think we don't even really need to cover it because it's like everyone just knows.
For me, that's another of it's in plain view. It's all happening, but like you can't do anything about it. Like
We know.
we should be rioting for this information, and not just that, but for so much stuff, we should be like demanding like what is going on, but we don't give a fuck.
There's
And
such a
do you know
huge
why?
idea of
'Cause
like.
of what your dad taught me,
Go on.
the fluoride in the water. We don't fucking give a fuck.
Good old Rick.
I mean, yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that people just accept.
We just take it.
Was
At
that
least-
one of the last
just
things
like-
my dad taught you before he died? Was
Yeah.
about fluoride in the
But
water.
it's got like, at least the French get up and like do shit. We don't give a fuck.
The French love a
that is-
No,
riot,
we
mate.
do give a fuck. But
We give a fuck, but we just moan about it at home or on
yeah.
camera.
Is that a British thing? A Western? What is that?
I
I think there's this
man.
thing
That's
of
so-
like being helpless and feeling like you can't actually enable something without serious, serious
Consequences.
effects.
yeah,
Now they're trying to pass a bill that can stop people, specifically Palestine,
Yeah.
Free Palestine
gonna say,
movement
this is
people to be able
exactly-
to even
Yeah.
like you're not even allowed to peacefully protest because it's
Yeah.
going to be an act of terrorism.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Exactly.
It's this whole. It's a genocide in Gaza. That's undebatable by anyone. Like, if you're sat here trying to pretend like it isn't a genocide, then you're a fucking retard. And I don't understand why people who are voicing that are getting in trouble.
Because I think people have become aware in the UK, you know, of how deep can we go into this?
We can't really go too deep because, unfortunately, it just there is so much censorship around it, and that's part of the issue. That's part
That's
of the
part of
issue.
the issue, yeah.
The part of the issue is
But
that we are
people-
scared to
listen.
fucking talk about it.
Half of my friends, if we go to World War III, they'd be fighting for Iran against us.
And yeah, I know people that are like,
And you
I'd
get
definitely
it.
fight like on our side for it. And I'm just like, why? Why?
Why would
What are
die
you
for
fighting
this
for?
country? Do you know what I mean?
I would definitely not die
Against
for
countries in the
England.
Middle East that we have nothing to do with day to day.
That's not our war.
No.
We didn't start that. Certainly don't want to have to finish it for someone.
Have you seen on they've updated like the is it conscription stuff?
Have they?
Yeah.
What for?
For the UK, mate.
It's not happening.
Imagine me on the front line.
The thing is, mate, that like Harry's
Fucking
generation,
hell, at least
Harry,
Harry was like strong and stuff.
but our generation and Harry's generation, right? We're not going to accept it. We're just going to look at them and go, jail us then. What are you going to do? The jail's already full. What the fuck
But
are
if
you
it's
going to do
later
about it?
on, if we say we're in our I will never let my kids die in war for this country.
No. What has this country
Yeah.
done for them?
I'm not having it.
I think that is the good things that you can see.
Trust me, they will
think-
not
No,
go
fuck
to
'em.
war.
I think that is kind of something that is the one thing that I can see that is really cool about the way that things are moving in our generations is like, 50 years ago, sign up in script, fight for your country was just like undebatable. It was like, yeah, do it. Like,
Yeah.
you can't. And like now it's changed so much, and I think that's actually really cool that there's so much of us that are like, you what? Like,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
have a
It's just
laugh.
not going to happen. That
No
will
chance.
be, right? If they try
It's
and
great.
make everyone conscript, that will be when we start writing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I
That will
agree.
be the
That'll be the
uprising.
final straw.
That will be the final fucking, we're not doing this. We're not doing your shit.
yeah.
We're not going over there to fight people we don't want to fight. We didn't start
I'm
this
going to
war.
kill these people.
Mate,
I'm more likely to
if anything, yeah, I want to fucking save those people. I'm not want to fucking...
100%.
I'm not okay with you fucking bombing them.
No, I agree. That will be the final straw. You're right.
Yeah.
That's when we'll put the
Yeah.
yellow jackets on.
So, not to get too political or anything, but fuck you, government.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were going to say something else then, but yeah, bro.
I probably can't go there, but
No.
you all know what I'm saying.
Mm. The ribbon of the
Anyway,
sea.
I am going to crack on with my final subject, if that's okay, H, just because we haven't got long at all, and we've got
Yeah,
a
boy.
prep for our
Okay,
next.
yeah, go on.
So, this is where things get a little bit crazy.
Oh,
Not that the
shit.
whole podcast hasn't been a complete fucking crazy
Been
fest
mad,
of
hasn't
us
it?
basically accusing people of stuff that they probably didn't do. But this is also very much on that list, and I'm talking adrenochrome harvested by celebrities.
Oh, that's a deep one.
Let's
Fucking hell.
let's go into
A Adrenochrome?
adrenochrome. Harry,
Right.
you're about to have your head blown the fuck off.
Oh god.
Are you
I'm
going?
scared.
Are you going full adrenochrome?
I'm going full adrenochrome. Here we go. Here's
Cool
the
name.
here's the core conspiracy. A satanic, ultra elite Hollywood cabal kidnaps kids to extract adrenochrome. A fear-induced chemical believed to offer immortality, psychedelic highs, and youth-preserving effects. Think Eyes Wide Shut meets Dracula meets Reddit. So, Harry, to give you an idea, mate, how this works is they terrify the fuck out of children,
Rape.
mainly by rape. They then drain them of their blood and drink it. And the idea is it promotes...
But I think it's scientifically proven that it does like have not age reversal, but like it's beneficial for your body.
I've got to say, Hillary Clinton looks like an old bag of socks. So I don't know if she's been on it.
She could be like 100.
This is true. Let me crack on because we're running out of time. So what is it? Chemically, it's known as it's the oxidization of adrenaline. It was studied in the 1950s for possible links to schizophrenia and psychosis. It does not produce euphoric highs or extend life, allegedly, is what my research is telling me. It can be synthesized in labs. There's no need to harvest it. That is what is being said. However, there's nothing like the real deal. Not that I've tried it.
What?
Jesus,
Christ.
like, calm down.
Well,
Will's
Um,
actually 62.
bro.
I'm actually 470, mate. I've got a basement. The origins of the conspiracy come from Hunter S. Thompson. It's referenced in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas in 1971. There is a line where it says it makes mescaline seem like ginger beer. This fictional drug scene becomes fact in conspiracy law. QAnon and Pizzagate from 2016 to now claimed that child trafficking rings run by elites used adrenochrome in occult rituals, originated on 4chan, spread through YouTube and Twitter, tied to Wayfair, Comet Ping Pong, and Epstein Island. So these are all different things that have happened that aren't fun. Spirit cooking and Marina Abramovich. So performing arts involved mock blood and organs framed by conspiracists as real satanic rituals involving celebrities like Lady Gaga, fueling accusations of witchcraft and blood rituals. Alleged celebs that have participated in this act are Ellen DeGeneres, allegedly, Tom Hanks, allegedly, Oprah Winfrey, Chrissy Teigen, allegedly, Madonna, Beyonce, Gaga, allegedly, and Keanu Reeves. I don't believe that one.
Nah, he's
What?
Yeah,
He's
Keanu
a
Reeves
fucking
is a fucking
SpongeBob.
legend. I think they've just found that time traveling photo of him and like, yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
But anyway, everyone else, allegedly. Keanu, it just didn't happen.
No.
Who's got beef with Keanu really though?
No one.
To come up with
Yeah,
this.
I don't know.
Like, who could pick a fight with this guy?
I think they
Nah,
just
he-
think he's immortal because he just doesn't age.
He is not aging.
So, where are we
Oh,
sitting with
God.
this, boys? Are we?
Do you know what? I think like victims came out maybe around the whole Pizzagate time. I think it was from then. And mate, politicians at these parties, like people high up. I think yay.
Are we going yay?
Not like yay, they got raped and their blood drunk, but like yeah, I agree.
I
um,
go on. How you go?
I think, yay. I think there's
Woohoo!
such a possibility.
Woohoo!
I think there's such a possibility that this could happen. That people, I mean, maybe there's the justification is that to live forever and that there's the satanic whatever blah. But I think there is a big possibility that people out there do the most mad, wild shit to get their thrills,
Yeah,
and because they can.
and
And
they can, yeah.
I know that it was my topic, but I'm going to say nay, just because I don't think it's something that's actually happened. I hope that is the case and that I'm not horribly wrong. But I think
I mean, yeah. I also fucking hope it's not
that
true.
may be me being very like
I
hugely
think-
wishful thinking there.
Like Google Chrome, they're
Adrenochrome.
yeah, it's actually called adrenochrome, and it's like the name of their processor. And I think again, it's that thing that it's out there for you to see because that's part of the law of whatever the fuck it is, and it's like a slap in the face. But deep one, I enjoyed it.
That's me out, by the way, guys. So it's on to you guys, and we haven't
Right,
got long. So
Listen, I'm just going to brush on mine because nothing can really beat that.
okay,
And it's far less exciting, I hate to say. It's kind of drawing back into what we were supposed to do.
okay, go on.
Yeah? So no one's getting raped.
Good.
Yeah, no, good.
That's a good start.
Good.
Right.
Crack on.
Rigged award shows.
So first of all, I'm gonna stop you right there and say I think the BAFTAs are rigged.
I think they're all
Okay.
I've a reliable source has once told me that BAFTAs are rigged, and you can pay for one.
Okay,
You can pay
fair.
for a BAFTA.
fair. No, I think that's true.
However, to anyone who's won a BAFTA, allegedly,
Rigged award shows.
the
The thing that pissed me off during my research, it was like, yeah, poor Beyonce. She's never won Artist of the Year or Album of the Year, whatever it is.
Right.
But like, have you seen when is it at the Grammys or the somethings when like they all have to thank Beyonce, and it's like, why are you doing that? Like Adele broke her crown. Was like,
You've told me this before as well, and you're right. Like
there's so many examples.
hmm.
She won-
There is an element of like I guess nepotism is not the right word, but like there is this closed field, like you both know, music industry, you know, film, TV. In some way, yeah, it's like I don't know if it can be paid for, but through clout,
Mm.
do you know what I mean?
I'm saying
Like
100%.
the only places that will get recognition is like Sundance film festivals or the smaller festivals that recognize
Yeah.
grassroots levels art. But when it gets to that level, it's that high. You're only thinking about the blockbusters, and I wonder how much of it is swayed with mates of mates. Yeah.
I think 100%. I think
So-
it goes
So I think it's some
Didn't
basically.
the weekend come out and he called out the Grammys? Is it the Grammys?
Eminem. Think I give a damn about the Grammys?
Eminem, like he's vocal about it loads.
I think yeah, it's an interesting one. I think there are definitely rigged shows. I think you definitely have. I don't know, like just there's a level of like, oh, this person deserves an award this year because they've been around for a while. Let's just give them an award rather than looking at
Or
the
it
real
fits
talent.
the bigger agenda in some way,
Exactly.
politically, you know?
The game was always rigged.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Final one then. Should we move on to Harry's? Let's wrap this up. Harrison,
No.
your last.
I'm not such a fan of mine, but like it's kind of things that we've already been saying is late night hosts protect celebrities.
Okay, so it's along the same kind of lines.
It's along the same lines.
Nice.
But you know, everything's kind of rehearsed on these live shows.
Mm.
I think that's kind of no. Like,
I mean, they definitely rehearse a lot of the stuff. I think that when you have a publicist, they have to protect you. Like, yeah, they have to protect your image. They have to make sure that what's being said is okay. And if it's a live TV show, they're gonna have to probably know what the questions are being said.
Yeah,
Pre-hand.
100%.
I know in the world of journalism that when they do political interviews, say with people in a moment, like, you know, people who are dealing with really big issues like war crimes or whatever, or, you know, if there's something fucking hot goss at the moment, hot talk, yeah, that their journalists are meant to report everything and ask the hard questions, but that the higher ups will stop them.
$1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Look at the
Yeah,
BBC
like, yeah,
on what they cover and what they don't cover. Like Gary Lineker came out again this week, like saying it's a scandal.
Mm.
Yeah, it is what it is. We can't do fuck all about it
That's where
until
we're at.
we have to go to war, and then we'll start kicking off.
Exactly. Until it firmly
Anarchy.
actually affects our day-to-day living,
Chalamet,
nothing
baby.
is going to change.
No.
Chalamet.
And on that note, guys, we have completed this episode. So Harry, thank you so much for joining us, mate.
Thank you, Harry. You beautiful little.
Thank you.
You little motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
It was lovely to have you on, dude.
Thanks for having me on, Breskies.
on those shoulders.
Yeah.
I'd
I'm
like
not
to
gonna
drink
lie,
your
you're just the
drink,
eye
friend.
candy. You're just the eye candy. That's why we've got you. Because we look like marshmallows that are like soaking into a hot summer's day on a pavement.
Schmoz.
We are s'mores.
Schmoosh.
We will be back next week. We've got a huge end of season coming up, and our last episode of the season, I am fucking gassed about.
It's Tony Blair coming on.
Tony Blair's. We're gonna talk.
It's Chalamet.
I fucking wish it was just so we
Imagine.
could do that.
Timothy Charlotte makeup.
Yeah.
That would be so good.
But we've got a big one. I'm not going to reveal anything because I think it should be a bit of a surprise. We'll probably do some teaser stuff on the lead up to it. But yeah, look, tune in. We've got some big stuff coming. We've got a band coming on that, and this is all I'm going to say about this.
Are you gonna?
They're half man, half wolf.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That's gonna be fucking nuts, and I look forward to that.
It's going to be class. So thank you so much. I hope we haven't offended or upset anyone too much. It is what it is. We're just like three guys just talking about stuff allegedly.
As you said,
Allegedly.
as you said before, Joe Rogan's allowed, so why aren't we?
I
That's
did
not
say that.
good.
I did say that because you know what? Joe Rogan is
Fair.
allowed. So why the fuck aren't we? We don't have a big enough audience for this to be an issue.
No.
Guys, thank you so much. We'll see you all soon.
Bye.